problem, or is instant fusion the problem? I am guessing that a lot of the level 5s or lower that you summon when they cannot attack and then destroy it on end phase are not as game breaking as this.
You've already seen one in this video.
I have seen one. Level 5. Yeah, I mean, 1,000 eyes. Wait, does that do that? But it's okay, but it's only then it dies. It goes away. Maybe you could reanimate it, but you'd have to do it on the next turn. If it's not battlefield, then you only maybe you only messed up a portion of your own attack, and you can destroy something of the opponent's. It's still pretty good. It's not as busted as that thing sticking around for the opponent's turn. God, did they have to ban instant fusion?
It can also be neither. That is an option, just saying.
You're right. There's no way, though, the wizard thing is cool. So, if they got rid of instant fusion, they would still have to be worried about people pulling out the Wizard of Tomorrow and doing that thing either way. I think the wizard is a particularly problematic, feels terrible, never want to play this game again. I can't believe I lost the coin flip for the 5th time in a row today. I quit. My cards are garbage. I'm selling everything. I'm done. That's what I see in the Time Wizard of Tomorrow. I feel like that card is the problem. Is Instant Fusion also a problem? Maybe. Maybe. It's very contextual. But again, obviously they want something like these effects. Yeah, they want side deck to be a thing. Extra deck. They want extra deck to be a thing. They want extra special ramen. I'm going to say they ban Time Wizard of Tomorrow.
And Instant Fusion's fine.
It's not fine. Maybe like, there might have been a period, but I wouldn't be surprised if it, like, went through restrict, unbanned cycles.
Ophios is the one that spawns those random-ass bosses.
Yeah, final answer.
Oh, man. Gave me the thumbnail for this, and I was losing it. I had to almost mute my mic. I was losing my mind. So Time Wizard of Tomorrow is a terrible card.
I agree, it's horrible.
Awful. But nobody... It's awful. It's awful in the sense that it literally... I do not think this card... I think this card maybe has been played, like, once in one deck ever. This is like a Mesa Falcon in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Type of
situation I mentioned just never happened? Is there never, like, I'm way behind but I could flip for the game? Like, why wouldn't they do it?
So, okay, let me start with Instant Fusion first, and I'll come back to Time Wizard of Tomorrow. So, Instant Fusion is one of the coolest ways to cheat out fusion monsters, just because as Yu-Gi-Oh! Progressed, there became a lot of other very strong level 5 and lower monsters that you can bring out to the field. It's actually, like, relatively balanced considering you can only activate one Instant Fusion per turn. This is an old card, and it was actually quite rare that they put a restriction like that on this card for how early it was printed. So clearly they knew that this card could have been abused, and it's a very strong card. What's cool, though, is that it's also going to be difficult without more context around the extra deck and stuff, but Instant Fusion can also pull some of just the really bad...
Is there a way to turn those off? Turn these off?
But maybe they have a specific type
I should just get good.
Level that is very specific to what a deck strategy is. And so Instant Fusion, allowing you to basically get that card out of an extra deck for free, is very beneficial considering it can be...
Right, 2 things I'm doing.
Level 5
Gonna need to pick that. First, I'm not playing in hard mode anymore, and second, I am not using shields that I didn't create myself.
Sure, it might die in the end phase, worst case scenario, but most of the time you're going to be able to convert that into something else. Instant Fusion doesn't say you can't tribute the monster, so for instance, you can Instant Fusion, summon 1,000 Eyes Restrict, take your opponent's best monster, tribute away the 1,000 Eyes Restrict, their monster goes to the graveyard, that was equipped to it, summon a big guy, and now make that guy powerful. That's a play pattern smart in the old days. But it just has a lot of, like, really applicable utility for a lot of people. So much so that in Master Duel, our online clients, Instant Fusion is actually banned. And it is for the TCG, which we're it's actually limited to 1. It's never been banned with the TCG. That's been banned with Master Duel.
Is there something I can cook very quickly?
But it's limited to 1 because it's that powerful of an effect that they ended up having to restrict this card to almost 2 open ended. As
What I heard is I was right.
how are you right? How? Please elaborate. Go on, as the Yu-Gi-Oh master, elaborate.
It wasn't.
Yeah, well, technically correct there, but you're wrong with time was tomorrow.
So I still don't get why. I still don't get why this wouldn't like a moment of like, well, I guess now is the why extra deck where you just go grab this and say, okay, well, I'm just
Right, so
I guess I'll just
anywhere with soul sand forming has a chance to
It's not bad. It's
spawn
also
the
the fact
thingies
that
I'm
there are
looking
plenty of other
for.
effects in the
So
game.
theoretically, the best place for me to go to is actually probably a soul sand valley. Yeah, like this one. Soul Blight Forests. They have soul soil, not soul sand.
Right? So why would you want to play this card that
I still need to get my stuff back.
right? So you can keep your
because you could use one of the tutors that go to the side deck to get or extra deck to get.
sure, and not saying that you couldn't use time wizard for that. And like I said, I'm sure there is a non-zero number may have played instant fusion that have this as a shit one. But in terms of like actual competitive relevance, this card was like never played in every single deck because they need something like that. The decks in Yu-Gi-Oh are comprehensive enough, and you would never waste a copy of instant fusion on a card. Because nor would you even dedicate a card like this to an extra deck because 15 slots are super limiting, and some people are like crying out, "Oh, the extra deck is 20 cards, 25 cards," because 15 is too little nowadays. Okay. I think that's part of the fun of the game. You're not going to dedicate a slot into your deck for this one card that may come up in the 1%. When you need to like set the board, which is well, typically decks are common.
Okay, extra deck slots are.
Yes.
Okay, we learned.
Yes. Now, if this was the old days where you could have infinite fusion monsters in your fusion deck, sure, you can play this, why not? But nowadays, the 15 extra deck slots, the way decks are designed, it is very rare that they have flex slots that they would allocate a card like this when they could probably play like 15 other better cards.
See, that's where you screwed me up because there were cards. Those of you who know Arena, I'm talking about Mastermind Tech Position. There were cards that that's the one version of the game that I play on Arena. The one sideboard, which is 15 cards. Normally, it only comes up in you decide pick a card and add it to your hand for my acquisition. And since you weren't using the sideboard anyway, spots, all these different cards, so I would have like seriously cornered these cards, really cornered these cards. Like, okay, first situation ever is to like narrow stuff up 1 to 2 instead of being 2, because you have the room. Later, actually, it's the sideboard the best 1-7 card. Kind of thing. Like, that's where you got me. I'm like, all right, how many monsters for extra deck? Surely, 1 in 100 games. You're like, all right, I'll point low the board. That sounds great.
That's not to say that there are case cards that are played in extra deck, and I think part of the context may be simple. And it's depending on the deck as well. There are other ways to access the extra deck that's not a spell card that is a one of deck that you have to draw. So, looking at the core pieces, you're going to play the cards that tier for specific access, and not hope that you draw this copy. That's like playing this card. If you're playing Instant Fusion, playing something a lot more proactive.
Have a nice thumbnail.
Last pair, though. Last pair. This one's going to be fun. So, let's see what you think. I told you that as fusion monsters are more and more generic. I see that.
But there's only one thing killing me. One dragon. Dragon? I want to say one dragon so bad.
A dragon's right.
But it says, but there's only one a dragon. A dragon of the swamp. Oh, poor. 1900 attacks. That's one of the monsters. Same. attribute type. Your opponent cannot target this card. Monsters on the field, same attribute as this card. Once per turn, player one attribute card puts that attribute until the end of this turn.
In a quick reminder, attribute unbreakable. So what happens to the player? Height. Next.
Alright, unsurprisingly, this isn't giving me a lot of XP.
Sure. Now let's show you what we're saying for some of this. That is actually important because we're not technically cheating. So we are going
Polymerization. Discard one card and use them summon monster. Extra type monsters. Execution material. Player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. Let's see. Again, monsters with the same attributes. So how that off the side of the board can't be too hard. Have to have like two monsters.
context. There are only 6 attributes.
How about types?
There are 20 types. 20 plus.
Very fun. Try to figure out how to play attribute types. Gotta play around it. Oh my gosh. So let's say we hit stuff on the field. Attribute part of that. Can't target their stuff. And target their own stuff.
8 days. I kind of feel like that should be longer. Well, I want winter to end.
That's the target stuff.
Huh? What is... Oh my god.
And it shuts down the action. I mean, there's a lot of ways
I'm just gonna ignore that.
stuff. Am I understanding this right? Like let us say I don't know. But let's talk about fun things, right?
I'll at least wait until this season rolls around to the next, and then I'll change it to, I don't know, 15, maybe 20.
Target thing you control doubles its power, like that kind of effect. Am I understanding this
25 days of winter sucks, though.
Can turn off a lot of the things that target their stuff with, and target their own things with their things.
With the blood dragon up?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, to clarify one thing, if your opponent has already targeted something with an effect, a dragon will not be able to stop that because the target is already. However, there's a quick effect, assuming you have the window. So, and at instant speed, declare an attribute to prevent them from targeting. So you have to use it, and there's like a timing thing with it, but for the most part, yes, I think I
mean, I can see this being frustrating. I see super polymerizations. Because their stuff, you take their stuff as the fusion material. Also, dude, card companies know what they're doing, man. We're not just selling you cards for your deck. Now you have to get cards for their deck. You know what I mean? Well, you did say the spots in the extra deck are so it really sucked to have this in your deck.
I have no choice.
But that's why you have cards like
I must walk manually again. That's only half the battle, though. Because I really don't know what to do once I finally do get back there. I should go craft a bed and set my spawn there at least.
That's why it's super.
Cards and whatever.
Sure. I'll show you another. Alright. Contract. I think that counts. Alright, level 6. Solution.
I still want more torches, so may as well take this opportunity to make some now.
I'm showing you just to show you that there are other generic monsters. So a dragon is same attribute, different type, same attribute, and so there's options. Correct. That's why I want to show you this. Alright. That's good to know. So the card isn't like some different things. Might be able to the cards for ball station. And one. It's in here. It seems to work. Is it like control? Actually, this is kind of, you still have to discard a card, so there is a cost. That doesn't have to be a bad thing if the graveyard is also banned, but it is a cost. I mean, this card is mean. Is it banned? It's a good question. You tell us! The thing with the gain control and then use it to tribute, that you also got to attack them with it and they lost a blocker. Here they lose a blocker, but you might... Technically 2 blockers. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they could definitely lose 2 blockers in one go. But don't get to punch them with that necessarily. You have to turn it into a summon. For context, you're getting the Muddragon, not your opponent. Yeah. So you can hit them, if they have 2 monsters and you super poly the 2 monsters for Muddragon, you can hit them directly. So summon something. And then the opponent can do to mess with it, and then during their turn you can... Oh, you still have to make a great attribute. But yeah. You cannot target this card or monsters on the field. So it's also all your stuff. These boards kind of interactable, but you can still wrap the board. I don't know, man. Like, I stumped on this one. This is a tricky one because I think the Muddragon is good, but fine. I think. Okay. I think it's fine. I'm not positive it's fine, but I think it's fine. I definitely think Wings of Resonant Life down here is, like, if this is busted, I'm not quite seeing it. It seems like, good stuff. Like, okay, we can play this game a few ways. Super polymerization.
So it just mirrors the moon always.
But I'm not sure it's busted. Like it's Yu-Gi-Oh busted. I'm not sure if it's Yu-Gi-Oh busted. So this is the first
Slimes only spawn during a full moon in swamps, right? Which is good because, holy shit, True Darkness makes other moon phases a fucking atrocious experience.
Like not to play this. You have an extra deck. Discard 1 card. It can be 2 things. You can have a variety of things that would use different materials in your extra deck. Therefore, this kind of can hit anything it feels like. So no matter what it feels like, the opponent's stuff is going to get up. Sometimes it won't
multiple things. There might be other things that make it able to hit everything on the board. Surely at some point, cards were right that this card had to take a break. It does read as I'm going to say that super polymerization got banned at some point.
Final answer.
Yeah, that's my final one.
I think this might be the first one you actually got right, because you are correct! So, let's talk about our little friends here. So, super polymerization is an insanely powerful card. Funny enough, super polymerization is legal right now. It was banned before, and now it's back, which people are debatably happy about. I think one of the biggest things people hate about super polymerization is that it has the last line of text that says not your player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. It's a card game. You want to be able to interact with your opponent, right? I mean, most
The
people.
card text like that is necessary for board breakers. They're making another board breaker, but the fact that it vanishes for cost sucks a lot.
Semantics. So, when it comes to super polymerization, people would feel like at least if you could react to this card, it'd be a little bit better. But it's kind of unnecessary.
But I mean, I guess it is. Technically, you could argue Moral Attack is kind of the first and probably the only fair board breaker to exist at the moment. Because it's the only one that has genuine cost. But you don't want cost for board breakers that are fair, because board breakers are a crutch for going second. That's the whole point of them, you know?
A unique way to, let's say, destroy your opponent's board, right?
If you're still suffering just to stand a chance to play going second, using such cards, I don't know.
You're able to bypass targeting protection. You're able to bypass destruction protection. You're able to bypass your opponent activating effects in response because Super Poly says your opponent can't respond to it. So it's a way that if your opponent is playing some very impressive monsters on the board, you can suck up those best monsters and get yourself a little consolation prize in the form of Blood Dragon or Rura, depending on, or any other Super Poly target that's specific to any other specific metagame. Now, Blood Dragon or Garura are fine on their own, like they both have applications. Blood Dragon allowed you to protect your own board, was typically the big use for this because a lot of interactive effects typically target, let's say. So if you either super poly your opponent's board, summon a Blood Dragon, or you can instant
Right, what was this about greenhouse glasses for serene seasons?
Then all of your stuff is protected from targeting effects, which is great. That means you're going to get to put your plays through, and you're going to get to do what you actually want to do. Garura, less so, but it's still like a fine card to super poly your opponent's stuff into because it can do some damage, and if it dies, you get to draw a card, so it kind of replaces itself anyway. So it's totally good in that regard. But super polymerization is just an extremely
I think that would be really important to have.
People hate when this card's played. People just don't like their stuff being interacted with, right? I think we've talked about that multiple times throughout all the videos we've done. And so the fact that you just get to suck all their monsters up and get something...
It's literally called greenhouse glass.
It's one of the things people hate the most. The game has to be in the right place, or there has to be the right fusion monster for super polymerization.
Except that doesn't exist.
So you're not always going to be jamming this all the time. But when people find that there's either things that are oppressive that Super Poly can out that no other card can efficiently out, or that there just happens to be enough things in the metagame that you want to justify putting these cards in your deck or side deck or extra deck, that's when Super Poly will rear its ugly head. For better or for worse, it's kind of a check on the game at times, and has been... It sees a lot of play from time to time. It really is just sort of meta-dependent, but every deck is not played. It's just else.
Okay, I'm glad it got banned, so I sound a little right. It definitely seems like a kind of toxic card.
It is a very toxic.
It's a little toxic.
Yeah. And like I said, there are other fun things you can do. These are kind of like two of the basic ones. I picked them just because they have some of the most generic fusion requirements out of any monsters in the game. But some are more specific, and sometimes the way the game plays out, you can play these more specific cards that are even better than these. And it's disgusting. And sometimes people have to engineer their boards to play monsters that aren't going to lose to super polymerization. That's discussion that happens all the time, as a matter of fact. So it is a very real card. It's a very annoying card, and I think people wish it was still banned.
Okay. So how did I do?
Okay. Did okay, I would say. I will say I'm impressed with how
How cool we can set the season with a command.
The course of all the videos that we've done. And how do you feel learning about your first? You thought you had Yu-Gi-Oh all under wraps.
Yeah.
I drove this wrench at you. How do you feel?
My head hurts.
Well, to bring it to you, this is only one of several mechanics in the extra deck. So,
Oh no!
buckle up. We still have plenty more to go.
Okay. I'm here for it.
Guys, that's gonna wrap
Season
it up.
sensor.
Wait, let's go into the patrons.
Calendar. That's it. Okay, I think they removed the greenhouse block.
The Synchro Guide, Public Star, Anthony Homan, Little Bailey, Draconic, Delaware Hunter, JW11860, Brian Dancer, Class 7, Little Daddy, Twinkle Luncher, literally all of the guinea pigs, Cheeks, Blackberry, Stump and Amethyst, Wonder Waffle, MET Cancel by Mini Soup Cancel by Mini Soup Cancel by
I want to know how the tick thingy works. I'm gonna assume the 24,000 ticks. I mean, that sounds about right. Wow, it's really only been 4 days. I mean, I guess I can do some experiments, but first things first, I just want to get my stuff back. And then we can go make a portal to a Soul Sand Valley somewhere. It also doesn't hurt to admit defeat and just give up on the Nether for now. Even though we have the thing that the only one thing that's technically mandatory in order to explore that place. Grizzly bears are no good. Sure, I forgot this pickaxe fucking does that. It wastes durability too, it's really not that good. I like the combat update, but I really don't like the way shields work. I wonder if anyone else shares that opinion.
We are now at the base of Yoke Mountain, where I am now interviewing the second of the Aki sisters. Hello, Rico. Good afternoon. So, Miss Aki Rico, tell us about your abilities as a goddess. Well, not to toot my own horn, but I am a goddess of the harvest. A very important role during the harvest. You're welcome. So you're the one responsible for giving everyone a good harvest.
How do I
You realize how
change?
busy I am during the autumn season? I suggest the fine folks of Jensopil wish for not just a good harvest this year, but also the next to book an appointment, preferably by calling my personal telephone number. First 10 callers will get a free consultation and inspection of your field. Yes. Ah, I know I told you to leave promotions for the end. That was the deal with the interview. Is this the part where I say, like and subscribe? Oh no, you got it all wrong. This is for TV. Isn't this for that YouTube channel? I can't find on my TV, by the way. Is it a premium channel? YouTube is not a channel you watch on TV. It's on the internet. Oh, that internet thing. Hold on. Did you think YouTube was a television station? But I thought you were informed about modern technology. That's my sister. She gets easily excited when she finds things from the outside world. I just think it's all clutter. But your sister didn't know what a television was. She did at one point, back when it's since she was excited about it, but then forgot about it. For television, it was the same thing with TV. so excited about how it was air, but as soon as the set dates came into existence, she completely forgot about that too. That goes for CDs and then whatever this Spotify thing is. Oh, that kind of explains things. I would have expected it from you since you're the youngest sibling. As for me, I take my time to get adjusted to these modern day things, but I eventually get around to understanding them. So what is the latest tech that you are currently invested in? Well, it took a while, but I finally got adjusted to using the photograph. Now I can see why my sister was crazy about it around the century. Or you're saying, let's say that you're into retro vinyl collecting. We are now in the human village where Minoriko offers her services to the people on this season. In no time, she already has a client. So I have these September pumpkins that are not that big, but aren't ready for harvesting yet. But winter is coming soon, and I can't afford to keep them out all winter long. So maybe you can find a way to hurry their maturing process. When did you begin planting these pumpkins? Sometime in the early spring. You've been watering these pumpkins and providing good fertilizer on a weekly basis? Is the soil nice and healthy? Have you given them plenty of sunlight? Yeah, I've done all that. And what about pest control? You didn't use chemical pesticides, did you? Does a fence count as that? Then all should be good. Just let them grow at their natural pace and you should be able to harvest them soon enough. But it's getting colder now and they haven't gotten any closer to maturing yet. Maybe there's something wrong with them, and I was hoping you could help them. I'm sure they're just taking their time. They'll eventually ripen before the winter. What? Now that my job is done, perhaps you can serve me an offering as payment. I'll take a few pumpkins, maybe a pie or two. Now wait just a minute, you didn't do anything. What are you talking about? I just gave you the evaluation you asked for. I asked if you could help me speed up the process of my pumpkins. You are a harvest goddess after all. Yes, but you can't expect me to just make your pumpkins grow automatically. But that's exactly what I'm expecting from a goddess. Do you think I just go around and make people's harvest abundant? What kind of lesson is that if people just waited for me to come along and do their work for them? I don't make crops just appear out of nowhere, you know? You gotta put in your own hard work too. But I did work hard for my crops, and look at what is happening. Maybe your pumpkins are sick. That's why I suggest you get a specialist. You may need to contact an agronomist or horticulturist. But you're supposed to be that specialist. I'm only a harvest goddess, not a plant doctor. I expect you to do what you do best and give me a bountiful harvest. Do you really expect me to just give you what you are asking for? Did you think I would just arrive at your doorstep with a cornucopia? And what do I get in return for this free service you're expecting? Did you even pray to me before autumn came? I don't recall receiving your prayers in my inbox. I don't do the whole worshiping thing. I'm an atheist. An atheist. Oh, wonderful. So you don't believe in any gods or goddesses in a world full of them. So you have everything figured out, huh? But I guess not because you called me, okay? You. Called me. A gosh darn goddess. And what a waste that was. I feel scammed. You feel scammed? And yet, if I did do what you are asking of me, you wouldn't even give me an offering in return. Expecting me to just do your dirty work. How many times must I tell you that I did everything right? I've taken care of my pumpkins in spring, but I don't know what my pumpkins are ripening by now. You're supposed to be heating them, but you won't even do that. I bet you're not a real goddess. I'm not a real goddess? Is that the reason why the human village always has me as the person of honor in their annual autumn festival? You know, the people who actually give me offerings? Well, you're also stuck up. Back on the moon, if I needed help in matters out of my hands, Lady Kitchen would have helped me out without making such a fuss. And who's this Lady Kishin? She's a Lunarian sage. Now you're comparing me to a sage? A sage isn't a goddess. She's part goddess. Part goddess, you say? I'm 100% goddess, you know. So, she's still better than you, and then she then gave me an attitude. Well, this Kishin lady isn't coming down from the moon to help you with your pumpkins. As Gensokyo's resident harvest goddess, I'm the only one who can help you. Well, you need competition because you're too full of yourself, you scammer. Now you're calling me a scammer. Okay, fine, then tell me if this is a scam or not. Hey, you did it. My point has been made. But what about the rest? I beg your pardon. You're going to ripen them up too, right? Are you going to give me an offering after this? No, I'm an atheist. Again with that. You just saw me ripen your pumpkin. Yeah, and I'll do it to the rest. No, I'm not gonna do it. But you can't just leave it as one pumpkin.
Oh my god.
Then you better pony up some faith because I'm not amused. this mess up. I'm not going to stand for this. I'm going to bring this up on the next goddess convention. You still don't understand that this isn't a charity? I need to live too, you know. You're supposed to be doing these charitable things. That's how you get paid, isn't it? I get paid first, and then I offer my abundance. Do you just give away your dango and expect payment later? I occasionally give away my dangos so I can sell some later. That's how I got my start with my business, which is doing well. I didn't have to do some stupid ritual where I do some weird dancing or something convoluted and ridiculous in order to get customers. So-called goddesses like you and that Shimada lady are all cheats, I tell you. Honestly, you lunar rabbits are so... Oh, what was that? No, I didn't mean... You were going to say something about me being a lunar rabbit. Are you being racist? I'm not racist, okay? You just made me miffed. Oh, now we find out who you really are. Listen, this has nothing to do with you being a lunar rabbit, okay? I'm just saying, if you would rather worship
This
Chang,
Brady man will be the fucking actual genuine
but
death
don't
of
you pound
me.
mochi for... I pound mochi for myself. I'm an atheist. Again with that atheist thing. You know what? I'm done with you. I'm leaving now. And you better have not recorded all that. Put that camera obscura away. You better destroy those glass slides and wax cylinders. I better not see this portion on a newsreel, or I'm going to sue. There's never a restful moment for an autumn goddess as Minoru goes from place to place, seeking those who are looking for her blessings.
So I've planted these potatoes some time ago. I don't remember when. But I'd like eat some now. But they haven't grown. So what can you do for me?
It's the fact that she has a bow that really
We're standing
sucks.
on it.
Where are your potatoes?
Oh, you know, just here and there.
Everywhere? Did you not space them?
Space them?
You gotta give your potatoes space, or else they'll compete.
What do you mean compete?
Potatoes, like any plant, compete for resources if planted too close together.
Oh, I didn't know that. But it's fine. I will feast on the victors.
It's also a health concern. They're more prone to diseases. Not to mention their roots can end up being in making it harder for them to grow.
Geez, thanks for telling me all that now. I could have used that information months ago.
But did you actually ask me for this information?
No, I can't pray to you. I'm devoted to the god of the Hakurei Shrine. What's his name? But you know, I get my powers from any and all goddesses. So it's fine if you can help me, even if you are a heathen goddess.
Oh great, another joker. It's bad enough that an atheist wanted something for nothing, now I got a religious nut giving me grief.
Hey, it's because of us so-called religious nuts that you even exist. Can you please just help me?
Your field is a mess. You didn't take proper care of the land. Look at all these roots jutting out of the ground. Hold on a second. Raimu, these are just potato roots.
I couldn't afford potatoes, so I found some roots that were being thrown away. That should do.
You can't get anything from just the roots alone. You're wasting your time and mine as well.
But I heard that potatoes grow from the roots or something.
You're thinking of the sprout, not the root. Sprout is a completely different part of the...
Well, that's not
Oh,
fair.
they still do the
But as
thing.
long as
Maybe
the
I should just
potatoes appear
remove
from
the
ground,
cooldown
then I'll be fine.
thingy for
I can't
iron
just make
shields.
potatoes appear out of nowhere.
But I thought you were an autumn goddess.
I am, but my job is to bring blessings to a harvest. As in, you have to have something in place. I don't just make things
Let's
appear
get rid
out
of
of
that.
thin air.
Oh, I see. So you're useless.
I am not useless. I just need something to work with. And I can't work with this. What amounts to rotting roots? You can't expect me to multiply something that is practically zero.
Really? Well, Inario Kami could.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm not one of these celebrity goddesses that get all the worship. Why don't you ask her for assistance instead?
I tried to do that, but they refused to talk to me until I get this shrine all fixed up. I have a feeling the Hakurei god told the other gods to blacklist me. What a bastard. By the way, Inario Kami's pronouns are they, them. Be respectful, okay?
Say, and yet you won't give me any, even though you're a shrine maiden.
That's because you're a lesser goddess, so I don't gotta do squat for you.
Are you going to insult me all day long? If that's the case, I'm leaving.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. It's just that I put a lot of work and want some potatoes now. So please, just help me out here.
With what? You don't have anything.
What about the roots? Can't you, make a soup out of them or something?
And who is that?
Oh, that's just Shion. She's a poverty goddess.
You have a goddess of misfortune in your property.
She prefers to be called a poverty goddess. You're being in my house.
You will invite a poverty goddess in your home to bring you misfortune, and you wonder why there is no harvest in your field?
You can counter her misfortune, right?
No, and I don't want to end up being her next victim.
You don't have to talk to her like that. It's not her fault. She generates bad luck naturally. That's how she is. We should just pity her.
You pity her, but you call me useless. You'd rather have her company than mine.
She's just a guest, okay? She has nowhere else to go.
But does she have to stay in your home? Why do you even let her stay?
Because she made me realize that no matter how impoverished and miserable I am, at least there's someone else who's worse off than me, and that gives me the courage to wake up every morning. She reminds me that I should be thankful that whenever I use soap, it will actually clean me instead of melting my hand.
No, this is too much. I'm getting the heck out of here before this place drives me
crazy. Okay. I didn't want to say this just yet, but I built you a shrine.
You built me a shrine?
Yeah, a shrine dedicated to the Aki sisters.
But isn't that heresy? Aren't you going to get in trouble with the Hakurei god?
No, I'm sure he's cool with it.
Then can I see it?
Yeah, let's go see it.
So you did build me a shrine.
Yeah, I sure did. See, your family name is on it and everything. There's even 2 idols devoted to you and your sister.
Oh, Rima. Nobody has ever built a shrine devoted to us autumn goddesses.
Yeah. So how about them potatoes?
It's a little small, though.
Well, I didn't have much material. And, can't overshadow the Hakurei god, you know.
But still, I'm so happy. Nobody has ever done anything this nice for me.
Oh yeah, good for you. So about those potatoes I asked for earlier.
Let me take a closer look so I can...
Oh no, you can't touch it.
Why not?
It's a shrine, you know. It's a holy thingamajig. Nobody can touch it.
But it's my shrine.
Yeah, but, you know, it's a special Hakurei-built shrine. If you touch it, an alarm will blare, and you'll get electrocuted.
I can't touch my own shrine?
You can admire it, you know? You can just look at it. That's what a shrine is for. Look, but don't touch.
But it's my sanctuary. I deserve to be able to...
No, don't!
Moria?
Oh, how'd that get in there?
This isn't an original shrine devoted to me, is it?
Okay, fine. This is an extension of the Morai Shrine because I wanted the money. So I made a deal with Kanako. But she suddenly lowered my cut because she thinks I'm bad with money and doesn't like Shion being in my property, even though I told her as long as she wears the talisman, her bad luck won't be hurting anyone. Hey, I told you not to take off that talisman.
You lied to me.
No. Okay, maybe a bit. But I'm telling the truth now. You can have the shrine.
I don't want a second-hand shrine, especially one belonging to that Yasaka lady who moved into Yokai Mountain without asking any of the residents there how we feel about it.
Yeah, I guess she kind of did just barge into your turf, but she's not so bad, right? I'm sure she'll come to her senses and give me my full cut back, provided that my threat won't be taken lightly.
Besides, why would I want such a tiny shrine?
But you just said the size was fine.
And why does it say made in China right here? This is an authentic shrine, right?
Alright.
Yeah, that's what it said.
I can make a portal. I think I have enough obsidian and back home still, or
let me put it this
just
way.
right here. Yep, more than enough. But, well, our thingy is kinda full, so I think we should go also...
Hey, I'm doing all this just to get some potatoes here. You're the one making a big deal out of nothing. Trying my best, you know.
Your best? This all barely qualifies as the bare minimum. That's your problem, Raimo. You never take anything seriously. You're always trying to do as little as possible. Your ability to float in life doesn't mean you gotta be lazy.
Lazy? Are you forgetting who I am? The OP Hakurei Shrine Maiden Reimu, who has taken down gods with powers far stronger than you could possibly ever know?
You may not have potatoes, but you sure do have plenty of ego to go around. A surplus you tend to keep all to yourself.
I don't care if you're a goddess. You don't talk to me that way.
Well, maybe it's time someone did.
Or maybe it's time we revisit the Mountain of Faith incident.
And what is that supposed to be?
Fine. I like the cooldown mechanic since it adds skill, but I am not skilled, okay? I think there are already some enchantments that generated that are only compatible with the shield cooldown thing. So, whoops. Oh well, this is the only way I can maintain parity.
Look, sister,
Since the damage block thing still seems to apply.
Another doing?
Besides, I'll only ever get iron shields. I'll still need to make diamond and netherite shields on my own.
Juicer from the future today, utilizing the latest technological wonders like Wi-Fi.
Which I guess is technically another parody issue.
Couches.
In other words, another piece of junk to add to the collection. What do you need another juicer for? What's wrong with our current juicer?
Still living in the past.
That's a model from last year.
You need to step into the 21st century, you know. It's all about computer technology now. It shows just how big and boring juicer can be with the use of computers. Wait,
There's also all these other shields,
You say the
though.
same thing about every new thing that catches your fancy and then dismiss it when the next so-called great thing comes?
But this time it's different.
You've said that before with all the other stuff you've collected over the centuries. Just look at the pile of so-called new and advanced inventions that are now gathering dust. Why don't you just appreciate one thing at a time?
Sis, you need to stop being so uptight. No more relaxing every now and again.
Because it's autumn, Shizuka. This is actually our busiest time. In fact, have you been lollygagging around all this time? You know it's your job to make sure the trees are ready for hibernation, right? Did you make sure all the trees are prepared for the upcoming cold winter? Because if they don't, all the trees in Gensokyo will die. You're in charge of every tree here during autumn, you know?
I might have missed one or two.
When are you going to take your role seriously?
Here's a better question. When are you going to get off my back? Yeah, you heard me.
Now, where is this attitude coming from?
You're the one with the attitude, always telling me what to do, never having any fun. I'm sick of tired of you always putting me down. It's like the story of the ant and the grasshopper, where the ant was always yelling at the grasshopper who only wanted to have fun and got so fed up he shut the ant.
I'm just reminding you of your chores. There's a time to play and a time to work, you know?
You only say that because you're always a prisoner of honor at the annual harvest festival, and I'm getting lousy, but of course Shizuka is always at the fun events.
That's just your imagination. You can attend the event like everyone else.
Like everyone else, even though I'm a goddess, nobody even knows who I am. And you know what happens to us goddesses when we give no faith.
Now don't say that.
It's true. Nobody takes me seriously. That's why I get no human worshippers. They don't care about me. They only care about you and only. It's not fair that you get all the glory, all the applause, and then you have matured first before me, your older 6.
If you simply listen to me and do your job as intended, then you would also be respected. But instead, you just play around and cause mischief. And I did not mature faster than you did. We just have different body types. That's your body. Just accept it.
No, I won't accept it. I'm the oldest. I'm the more mature of the two.
You say that, but your actions prove otherwise.
Shut up. You... Hey, don't hit. Yeah.
Nothing beats the sound of a good old-fashioned burner. Thanks for checking out the video. If you enjoyed the content and wish to see more, then you can support Compact Tuho by giving this video a donation. Just click on the Super Thanks button. And if you can support us a bit more, then consider becoming a monthly supporter over at Patreon. You can also request a commission over at Ko-fi. Check out the site for any open slots. We are now at the base of Yokai Mountain, where I am now interviewing the second of the Aki sisters, Mino, Riko. Mino, Riko! Mino, Riko! Mino, Riko! Mino, Riko! Mino, Rika! Mino, Riko! Okay, that's the one. Let's do another take.
You're making things too difficult, Minariko. All I want is some potatoes, okay? With some butter on it, and some melted cheese. And bits of bacon.
You people keep asking me for too much for so little.
Alright, fine, no bacon.
It's day 5. If I skip today, will it become day 6? Considering how close this is to ticking up, I guess the day resets. I guess the day counts midday rather than on dawn, which is weird. Although, actually, I think that makes perfect sense. Not realistically, mind you. Man, my favorite song's playing. I was gonna go to fucking... what's with the absorption thingy? And this difference is likely just from differences in timing a little. Alright. Oh, it's because of my diamond chestplate. I forgot. That's a thing. Fuck it, I'll stick to hard. I just need to be more prepared. There should be a way for me to avoid turning my water into ice. I should slab them or put some trapdoors. That's how people like to do things anyway, already. If I do that, my sugar cane and stuff should still be able to grow. Conveniently, I spawned to a pillager outpost type thingy. They're supposed to be pillagers. I distinctly remember this place spawns them. Being said, look at this. This is really cool. I love the small frame. Oh, you guys will do. Should have given myself some food. Why am I stupid? See? Shields just make combat so fucking trivial. Like, I get a lot of these mobs are probably designed like the centaur, for example, probably isn't all that bad as long as you have a shield. But since I nerfed shield severely with my mods, ugh. Let's try this again. This time with the normal ass, with the modded shield. These modded shields that don't abide by the shield system I want to deal with are have the chance to be overvalued. Oh, there's the villagers. I can't just hide behind my shield forever, you know? Have good have good durability too. What's the point of bulwark? If I'm blocking, I'm already fucking reducing all the damage I take to just 0. I mean, I guess I still have to be facing the enemy. You'll do. 2400 durability. Well, it's from Primal Magic. I'm guessing this has a shit ton of cost behind it or something. What happens if I enchant these shields? Will it work? I guess that's the thing I'm most curious about. Redwood. There's just I just like the way these shields work. I don't know, maybe the cooldown thingy is a little stupid. I mean in PvP, I mean I guess that's what axes are for. They're shield breakers. Like axes were supposed to be an option, not a mandatory thing. Nah, fuck it. Cooldown is not stupid. I don't think it has the right to be called something like that. Okay, pa. Where's the where's the thingy that where's the enchantment that increases duration? Jeez. Oh, cool. We can have a Navi. Where the hell are the enchantments? Let me go look up shields plus. Okay, there's actually no enchantment that allows you to increase the block timers. Interesting. I think a healthy middle ground can be found here. Never mind. Min shield hurt damage thingy kinda. Maybe there's like a data pack or something I can use. So I still take damage even when using a shield. That way, if I use any of the modded shields, I don't know. They need to not be objectively better. Oh, what version of the mod am I using anyway? I'll be right back for dinner when I am done with dinner.